best of the best high school seniors in both North and South Carolina clash on the field for regional supremacy and borderline bragging rights. However, the true winners are the patients of the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Strong legs run, so weak legs may walk.
The Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas. It's not only a Carolina tradition, it's the annual premier high school all-star football event. It is affectionately known as America's original all-star high school football game, where strong legs run that weak legs may walk. It's still the biggest and still the best. No other high school football rivalry anywhere boasts the prominence, prestige, and notoriety of this Carolina Classic. It's the pride of the Carolinas, and that's the way it should be.
Up for achieving this first down.
Welcome to Spartanburg, South Carolina. We're on the
After all, it was on a Saturday afternoon on the 4th day of December in 1937 at Charlotte's American Legion Memorial Stadium that 6,000 fans paid $1 each to witness the 2:30 kickoff of the very first Carolina High School All-Star football game. And when it was over, that crowd of 6,000 cheering spectators left the stadium and went back home without a clue that what they had just seen was far more than just another football game. They had witnessed the birth of a Carolina tradition, a tradition that has endured, flourished, and grown into a gleaming, lasting legacy of the Carolina Shriners, a legacy of generosity, of hope, of kindness and caring. The game, the tradition, and the legacy all were born that December day in Charlotte's American Legion Memorial Stadium. It was the first Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, and it's still a lot more than just a game. Shriners are proud to call this Carolina event their very own, as well they should. Not only does the game promote a healthy, competitive rivalry between the two Carolinas for a common noble cause, it brings an array of college coaches and scouts to town each and every year. They come so they can personally watch the performance of the best 88 football players the two Carolinas can muster. It's a significant part of their annual recruiting efforts. And the level of support that is freely and enthusiastically given by the Spartanburg, South Carolina community is totally awesome. Seth Buckley, youth minister of the First Baptist Church of Spartanburg, along with volunteers like Ron Hewitt and Dick Kahn, and a host of others, are leaders in these efforts. While their annual Adopt a Player dinner is the official launch of the program, preparation starts early in the year. They identify and coordinate volunteer families, then place either a player, trainer, or manager with each family. These volunteer families provide gift bags of personal items for the players they may have forgotten to bring for themselves. But more importantly than the cookie and candy treats provided by these families, they also act as surrogate moms and dads, brothers and sisters during the 8 days our guests are here with us. And if that weren't enough, Sunday morning's breakfast and church service at Spartanburg First Baptist is followed by the annual visit to the Shriners Children's Hospital in Greenville. Shrine Bowl week is a busy week for all, but no place in the Spartanburg area gets busier than the campus of Paul M. Dorman High School. Day in and day out, all week long, it's practice in the mornings, practice in the afternoons, strategy planning, learning plays, and the rigors of physical training. It's all part of making the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas the best there is. And after all that hard work, for some the reward will be huge. Remember all the scouts and recruiters who come to town? Through them, some of our players will one day hit the big time and eventually become football legends. Like Charlie Choo Choo Justice, who was one of North Carolina's stars in 1942, as was his brother Bill in 1938. Marion Campbell played for South Carolina in both the 1946 and 47 games before going on to greatness with the Minnesota Vikings and later coaching the Atlanta Falcons. William the Refrigerator Prairie passed this way in 1980 on his way to the collegiate level, and then finally on to join the Chicago Bears, while Brad Hoover in 1994 and Julius Peppers in 1997 both landed careers with the Carolina Panthers.
Riley, what does it mean for the Carolina Panthers to be involved in today's game?
Well, Joni, the Carolina Panthers are proud to be involved with the Shrine Bowl. It's such a great part of the fabric and heritage of North and South Carolina for over 70 years. And what's really interesting to us is just the lineage of these players out here, really, that go from the preps to the pros. And just over the course of the game, the history of the game, there's been, I think, over 120 players that have gone on to play in the NFL. And just from the Panthers standpoint, a few years ago, we had 6 guys on our roster that were alumni of this great game. And so it's really neat to know that these kids that folks are enjoying watching today, they're going to go on to fabulous collegiate careers and maybe one day play in the NFL.
Even with all the excitement and glory that goes with these gridiron extravaganzas, the real reason for the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas has never been lost. We now support 22 Shriners Children's Hospitals throughout North America, and our hospital doors are open to all children everywhere, without regard to race, religion, or national origin. The only qualifying factor is the child's urgent need for the high-end specialized medical care provided by the Shriners Hospital system. Children in need of orthopedic care, burns victims, children with spinal cord injuries, as well as those in need of cleft lip and palate repair, are all treated in Shriners Children's Hospital system. Children like one of the Shriners Hospital poster girls, Katie Walker of Bakersfield, California, who brings uniqueness to the words, "Challenge me."
You'll say I'm just some pretty face. Watch me as I win first place. You think you put me to the test, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Go on and challenge me, challenge me, challenge me, yeah.
Since the first Shriners Hospital opened more than 85 years ago, more than 865,000 children have been treated in these hospitals at a staggering cost.
We run 22 hospitals, and our budget for next year will be $870 million. That's $2.38 million each and every day to run those hospitals. The good news is we have no cash registers.
And with costs constantly rising, the operating budget will soon pass $1 billion a year. The hospitals are 100% financially supported by the fundraising efforts of the Shriners. But we know that the work we do is worth every penny it takes to keep on doing it. It's been said that a man never stands so tall as when he stoops to help a child. Just take a look into the eyes of a child whose life you've made so much better in so many ways. And you can see just how tall you really are.